Okay. Wait. Did I switch on the mic? All right. Okay, so this week we are going to cover accounting for inventory. I mentioned earlier, based on past year question, this is one of the favorite topics to be tested. Okay, and then I will use this version, yeah, to make it easy for us to reconcile. I think question one you can go through because it just asks about a theory, yeah, on the how do we compute the inventory and the justification on certain transactions which involve on this consignment of good in transit. All right, perhaps you can look once I share the answers later on. Okay, let's go to the computations, calculations. Question two. Before that, when we talk about this perpetual versus a periodic inventory system, okay, we got two systems, perpetual and the other one is periodic. So perpetual, most companies prefer to apply this inventory system. The reason being is it is updated and then you can get a quick uh, check and balance on your cost of goods sold, on your cost of purchases, on your update stock level. That's very important because when you want to produce a goods, okay, you want to sell your product, you need to know how many stock do we have in the store. Okay, you can't say that by the time you receive the customer order, then only you realize that you got no stock. The stock level is diminishing or zero. So, in other words, we should explain to the customer that we should postpone the delivery of the goods. This is not good for the business, right? So that's why maintenance of accounting on inventory is very, very important for the business. So go for perpetual, it give you the updated one. It's a real time, we call real time. So if you use software, then we use a one click, then you can determine how many units left. How much is the cost of our inventory or stock? Hi, Zulu. Okay, so let's go for question two. We have to compute the ending inventory, the closing inventory. All right, we use first in, first out. We need to identify the quantity, the unit price, and the total cost. Okay, June 1st, balance. Balance here meaning opening balance, right? You have opening balance. So the first one, it's gonna be this one. So I have this so-called the inventory card or stock card. Okay, it is a powerful table to explain to you how much do you have in the stock. The stock. How much is the cost of goods sold for these particular transactions? Okay, and also you can see how much is your cost of good available for sale when you purchase. How much is the cost? Right, and this is your COGS actually. So the one that I put in the yellow highlighted area, that's for purchases. It's involved quantity, unit cost, total cost. And this is the date column. And this one is your COGS, okay? Cost of goods sold. You want to sell one particular product, you need to know the cost. If let's say the cost of my product is 10 ringgit, definitely if I want to sell that product, I should sell higher than 10 ringgit, right? You want to produce one cake, you buy egg, flour, and all the ingredients, cost you 10 ringgit. Are you going to sell the cake at 10 ringgit? Do you do that in business? Are you going to have that? No, right? If my cost is 10 ringgit, I sell the cake to my customer 10 ringgit. When is the moment I'm going to generate profit? That is charity. Okay, that is charity. You don't charge any. Business, we have our objective to maximize profit. So if your cost is 10 ringgit, let's say my cost is 1220, my purchases cost, and these are the cost of, actually we need to take by the transaction, like here, okay, this is my cost of good available for sales. And this is my cost of goods sold. Okay. If my cost of goods sold is 1535, I cannot sell at 1535. Or else there's no profit. Of course, you can say that what sales minus COGS, you get gross profit. Okay. And some of you will say, oh, sometimes we have gross loss, but at the end we have net profit because we got other revenue. No, don't talk about it. I'm talking about a very straightforward one. I have cake, cost is 10 ringgit. I'm not going to sell at 10 ringgit. I'm going to sell at 20 ringgit, 15 ringgit. So the difference got to be my profit. Okay. That's why this stock card, inventory card is very, very important. And I appreciate you all in the exam. Please do this format. Don't give me other formats. Right? This is a very, very, very good format for you. It's very clear. You go for purchases, you have the quantity, unit cost, total cost. Let's say you want to start with unit cost, after that quantity. Up to you. And because some books, they call it price multiply quantity. Here is the quantity multiply the price. Which one comes first? No problem. And then for each transaction, show me the total cost. In my masking scheme, sometimes there's a mark for this. And at all time, there's a mark for all this total for each transaction. So show me clearly. Don't jump here and there. It must be structured. Why? Because for every date come with its own transaction. You see in exam, we don't give you sale on 6, purchase on 6. It's confusing. You see, every single date, we have the transaction. Okay? All right. Now let's go to the question. Balance, opening balance. How do I know? The date. Right? So 25 units at 60 ringgit. So I put here. I don't put purchaser because we don't purchase. We don't buy. And then we don't sell anything, right? So I straight away go to here. Are you okay? So 25, the quantity, 60 ringgit is the cost. This multiply this equal to total cost. P times Q or Q times P. Some book they love P times Q. Some book love Q times P. Same, right? 2 multiply 5 equal to 10. 5 multiply 2, 10 also. Okay. So I won't penalty you in terms of the arrangement. But normally we start with purchases. After that, our cost of goods sold. Okay, because later on, the question, I think 5, we have this requirement to compute net profit, gross profit. Okay, so we need to have a structured answers lah in order to make your life easier when it comes to this competition. But the past year one, they just ask you to prepare this stock card. They want to know the closing inventory, how much is the value, how much is the cost of goods sold. That's it. Okay, I already briefed you in detail. Okay, hopefully it will inspire you to score over this topic during final if it is being tested as per past year question. No, you have to prepare yourself. Then very fast, you prepare the table. Time consuming for you, is it? Yeah lah. Some people I see. Yeah. But this is the best way. And we don't provide the sheet, the worksheet for you to proceed with the answers. You have to draw yourself. But I think if you repeat and repeat the exercise, definitely, I think less than 1 minute, you can draw the table. Use a pencil for the line. Don't use pen. Okay. And then there's nothing wrong if the whole page you draw this stock card. Some students, mashallah, during midterm, your journal, we got a long page, but they try to accommodate this page only for journal. So sticky to one each other. It's hard for me to think, where's the debit and credit? Oh my God, you have a very long page. Why you go for this page? Go for this. Not in a paper, ask. Another paper. Why you have to scan? But some students, they compact the answer until I also headache mine. Where is the line? They try to fake one. And if let's say your journal, there's nothing wrong. Go to the next page. Okay. You all. And I also want to teach you how to write your answer for theory paper. Theory question. Right? In accounting, I don't need paragraph. In accounting, we don't need paragraph. This is not English paper. You don't have to write. Furthermore, nevertheless, as a result, wasting time. All these conjunction words you don't need in accounting. Okay, I just said number one, what? Number two, what? Some of you long paragraph. The first question, the theory on the trivalent. MashaAllah. I have to read 9 by 9. And my head always like this. No. Accounting is not like that. Yeah? I will teach you also how to write your answers for theory question. Maybe you don't have that before. I'm going to teach you. Okay, come back to here. So done with the opening balance. I go to 6 June. It is a sales. So we sold goods. How many units? 20 units. Okay, in your question, who has question in front of you? Thank you. In your question, you don't have this, right? 80 ringgit. I just wrote 20 units, something like this, 10 units. You don't have the RM, the value, the amount. Okay, let's say in exam, I give you the amount. Let's say I put there 20 units at 80 ringgit. 10 units at 70 ringgit. 25 units at 60 ringgit. Here, 25 unit at 60, meaning this is the opening balance. Take a look at your purchase. Purchase 20 units at 61. What does it mean? When I purchase goods, I bought 20 units. How much is the cost? 61. So if you multiply 61 and 20, okay, the total cost is here, 1220. If I put here sales, 20 units at RM 80 ringgit, I cannot put here, where is it sales? 80 ringgit. No, because now you measure your cost. Your cost. How much cost that I incur to produce the cake? The flour, I bought 10 ringgit. No. We sold cake. Just not 10 ringgit, right? Flour maybe 2 ringgit. Egg, 1 ringgit. Essence, blah, 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 1 ringgit. That's the cost for me to produce the cake. Okay. So this is the selling price. It's not involved here. This selling price, I need to use if I need to compute for net profit or gross profit. You have to be careful. I saw many students make mistake in exam. There's a concept. The question in the tutorial, you don't have value, but suddenly in final exam, there's a value for the sales. Then you take this 20 unit, 20, multiply 80. No. You should use your cost, not your selling price. The cost you purchase that goods, that stock, that inventory. Because when you want to have a complete cake, you need to incur cost to buy egg, flour, and all the ingredients, right? So that's the cost. When we sell goods, we charge to our customer. Why we have to charge ourselves the selling price? We measure our cost. That's our duty. Okay? When we manage to sell goods to our customer, then we compare the price. Of course, we need to sell more than our cost, or else we cannot generate profit. Get the idea? So please be clear on this, because the moment you make a mistake for one sales, it's a dominoes effect. Definitely your total mark here is wrong. But actually, you know well how to do this stock count. Okay? We give you little trick only in the exam. Please, don't use the selling price for the sale transaction. Use the purchase cost. Use the purchase cost. How to determine the purchase cost? We need to see the method. All right? Like here, we use what? First in, first out. This one. What does it mean first in, first out? When I bought the flour, the egg first, that's the inventory, the stock that I will use to produce my cake. What's the logic? If I keep buying a new stock, and I left those stock that I already bought much earlier. What happened to the stock? It will spoil. It will damage. Someone will steal it. Get it? So that's why in standard, you need to use FIFO. Okay, when you work in future, most of the company use FIFO. Very little. I never saw this average cost or moving cost, moving average cost, other names. Okay. All right. Now I go to 6 June. If you can cope this question, you can do whatever question after this. That's why I'm telling you all the juice behind it. Yeah. Okay. So 6 June, sales. So go to COGS. We are going to sell goods now. How many? 20 units. 20 units. So of course, you need to use your stock available in the store. So where is the stock available for? Store is here. 25 units. Okay, I want to sell how many? 20 units. So sufficient. We can sell to our customer. So I sell at 20. How much is the cost? First in, first out. This is the cost of the goods that I bought at first that I need to process and produce my complete goods. Get it? So I take this 60. So 20 multiply 60, 1,200. Okay? Quantity multiply your price. So 1,200. In my stock, in my store, in my warehouse, 25 units. I already sold 20. How many units left? 5. How much is the cost? Of course, this one, right? Because I just used 20, I still have the 5. 5 multiply 60, 300. Actually, at this level, I also can know how much stock in my store up to 6 June. 1,800 ringgit. Eh? No. Correct. Sorry. Because we sold just now, eh? Okay. I thought we purchased. If we purchased, then you update. Now we sold. So 25 minus 20, yes. Left 5. So this is correct. Okay? You don't need to compute the total. Okay. My mistake just now. Hey, where is it? How to move this thing? We can move, right? Alamak. Guys, help me. What is this? Hey, why the team is active? Thing like this. Test. Okay. All right, done with the sales. So this is the latest stock, 300 ringgit in my store. How many units? 5 units. Unit cost 60 each. Okay, next on 8, we purchase. When you sell your stock reduce. When you purchase a new stock, your stock level goes up. So when I purchase 20 units at 61, 20, 61, 1220. So how many stock I have up to 8 June? This is the previous stock. I add this one. So I have a total of 1520. Purchase simple, very direct. I just simply take from the purchases and put it in the balance column. Okay, next 16. No, 20 multiply 61, 1220. This plus this, you get this. This plus this, you get this. This is the last transaction stock, and this is a new stock that you bought. So I get 1520. This one already some of it sold. You see here? 25 in your store. 20 you sold. So what's left? 5. You have to read line by line. Okay. Good question. Okay. All right. Proceed with 16. Units sold 10 units. So 16 we go to the COGS column. So I need to sell 10 units. So remember, first in, first out. So this item is the first item that I need to let go. So 560, follow 560, 300. We need to sell 10 units, right? So I need another 5. So I take the 5 from this one. Can you follow me? Zulu? Huh? Come on, Zulu. This topic normally tested in final. And it's a lot of mark, 25 mark, 20 marks. Okay. So 20 minus 5, 15. What is that, Zulu? Excuse me. So 15, 61, 915. Okay. Now we go to the next transaction. We purchase 20 units at 62. So you go to the purchases column, 20, 62, 1240. This multiply this, you get this. So how much stock do I have after I make this purchase? This is the balance, right? So plus this one. So 915 plus 1240. Don't plus the quantity. We are looking for the cost here. Okay, we're looking for the cost here. This multiply this, you get this. This multiply this, you get this. Then I total out. So at 20th June, so far in my store, value of my stock or inventory is 2155. Okay? Any question? You purchase, you just straight away put under the balance column. That's it. 10 unit, 6 June, 16. This one unit sold. It can be any units as long we have the stock. You cannot sell item which is your stock is not available, right? Let's say I have 10 cakes, maximum unit cakes that I can sell, 10 units. I cannot sell 12. Where's the other 2 comes from? Magic. Okay. Zulu, any question? Okay. All right. Proceed. Purchase done. Sales. We want to sell 25 units. 25 units. Okay. In my store, I have these goods, right? 15 quantity cost 61, 20 quantity cost at 62. I want to sell 25 units. I need to use this one first. I need to sell this one first. First in, first out. So I sell 15, 61, 915. We need to sell 25. So 15, I need another 10. So I should take it from this one, right? So 10 multiply the cost, 62. So 15 in your store, 15 already sold. So 0. 20 in your store, you sold 10. Do you have the balance? 10. So the amount, the unit cost, 62. This multiply this, you get this. Are you okay? Right? Okay. Now, if I want to know my cost of goods sold, if you want to compute your gross profit, total cost of goods sold for June, 1,200 plus 605 plus this much, 1535. So I can get my cost of goods sold. But here they don't ask you. They just ask you to compute how much is your closing inventory, which is this column. So how much is your closing inventory? 620 plus 945, 1565. Are you okay? Why here the yellow is not available? Eh, ya Allah. Eh, okay. Any question? So how much is your closing inventory, ending inventory at the end of the month? 620? Oh, we haven't discussed this one, plus 945. And this one is from this purchase. I just add and then put it here. I total up. That's all. Any question? Okay, if no, I proceed to question 3. Is it okay for you? Fabrice, actually, sometimes when you ask me, you help others. Come. It's okay? I know some of you, your friend's language is much easier to be understood. Not your language, not your native. I'm talking about friend, the same generation, same age, right? Sometimes my language, the sentences that I use make your headache, confusing. So when your friend tell you, no, this is, oh, so easy to be absorbed. Huh? Oh, what you asked just now. Okay. All right. Chiboy, okay? Okay, if no, we proceed question 3. This one, I can increase my speed. Okay, we have done with a very slow movement for the first question. Okay, almost the same. They ask you for perpetual inventory. We need to use FIFO, first in, first out. Same thing. Question 3. Firstly, you prepare the stock card or inventory card, right? I have the date, I have the purchases column, this cost of goods. So what is that, Abdullah? And the balance. What happened? No? Okay. March 3, the way he look at me like I owe him, something. That's why I asked him, anything I can help you? March 3rd, inventory, 12 units at 15 ringgit. So when I have this, it's a kind like telling me the opening balance, even though it's not the first March. Okay, because why? We don't have purchase, we don't have sales. In your stock card, we just have purchase, we have sale. If you don't see any terms that represent this transaction, you just throw to balance. Faizullah? I call your name and you look at your friend. Inventory, 12 unit, 15 ringgit. So I put here quantity, the unit cost, total cost, 12 multiply 15 ringgit, 180 ringgit. 11 March, we purchased 13 units at 17 ringgit. Quantity 13, unit cost 17, total cost 221. So up to date, this is my stock. This is from the opening balance, this is from the purchase, this one. So total stock in my store, 401 ringgit. The value. Okay. The unit, 25, 12 plus 13. Okay, next. 14. We sold 18 units. So remember, first in, first out. So these goods, first in. So it must first out. We need to sell 18 units. So 12 at 15. I still need another 6 from this stock. So 6 at 17. 102. So 12 units balance or in the store, you sold 12. 0. 13 minus 6 because you sold goods, right? So minus. So what's left? 7. 7 multiplied by 17, 119. Are you okay? This one. If you don't want to write, also okay. But make sure this plus this. Okay? Can. Accepted. But I would advise you, you do something like this because normally there's a mark for this one. Because we want to know how many, the mark. Yeah, sometimes there's a mark for it. But in terms of marking, let's say student clearly show me this one, there's a mark for this. and also there's a mark for this one. But if your total pricing is correct, so of course I know it is 180 plus 221, correct? If let's say this total cost is wrong, there you go, the problem is. I don't know how do you derive the figure. That's why I advise you, write again this one. As long it is in your store, you write. Meaning, at the end of 11 March, how much stock do you have in your store? Because if you just leave like this, it seems like it's just for March 3rd. You see, this is March 3rd amount of stock or the value of your stock. On 11 March, I know this much, which I get from 180 plus 221. I advise you follow this format. But let's say you want to skip, I think fine, as long here, this one is available in your answer. And make sure your total is correct. That's the thing. Okay, next, 14 March. We sell units 18. Just now we sold already. Oh, done, sorry. 21st, we purchase another 9 units. So 9 units, 20 ringgit each. This is the cost that we transfer to the balance. So now 717,119 from the previous one. You don't want to have this one, fine. Make sure this one available. Okay. And then 9 multiplied 20, 180. So this plus this, or this plus this one, 299. Okay. Then on 25th, we sold 10 units. First come, first serve. I need to sell this one first. So 7 at 17, 119. And then not enough another 3, right? Because we need to sell 10 units. So I need to use this one. So 3 multiplied 20 ringgit, 60. So what's left in your store? 7 minus 7, 0. 9 minus 3, 6. 6 at 20, 120. So this is your closing inventory value. How much is your COGS? For the month, is it? For the month, yes. 282 plus 179, 461. Yeah, cost of good available, what we call cost of good available for sale, not cost of good sold. Cost of good available for sale. Your purchases plus the adjustments, huh? Like return outward lah, all the thing lah. But here we just ignore the other things. It's totally the cost of purchases. Okay, so that's 5-4. All right. Any question? You need break? You want break now? Okay. All right. 10 minutes break. There we go. Anyone who would like to update their group assignment information? Okay, let's continue with question 4. Okay, last year, this method has been tested in final exam. The moving average method. Okay, moving average method, or we call it as average cost method. Okay, some book called AVCO, AVCO, AVCO. I saw. Very good principle. Very, hey, you're so funny. Beginning inventory, purchases and sales data are provided. Hey, this one not yet. Okay. Okay. Firstly, we have 3rd April inventory. So I don't see word purchase or sales, meaning it's your opening balance, right? We have the stock count, the date column, purchases, cost of goods sold or sales, and the balance. You see, you use FIFO, first in, first out. You use moving average. We're still using the same stock count. Actually, there's another method we call as last in, first out. But based on the standards application, it is not allowed. Okay, in many countries. The item that you bought last, you are going to sell it first. So those items that you already bought long time ago, you keep in the store. Later on, it will damage, it will spoil. It can be still, right? So not logic. So that's why LIFO is already not in our syllabus. Sorry, Pavis? Yeah, items that easily, yes, you're right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so opening inventory, 12, quantity, 45 ringgit, unit cost, total 540. Date, 3rd April. Next, we purchase. So 13 units, unit cost 47, total cost is 611. So I put it here, 1347. So my total cost 540 plus 611. I think this is what Abdullah mentioned just now, right? You don't repeat writing the 1245. Can you proceed? That's what I said. You can proceed. But let's say there's a mark. Your total is wrong. You don't provide this one. You just only get mark for this one. That's why I would rather you're right and for every single transaction that you have. As long you have the stock in your store, you write it in the balance column. Okay? So 540 plus 611, 1151. 1151. After that, get the total quantity. 12 plus 13, 25. Then only we can compute this unit cost. 1151 divide 25, you get 46 ringgit 4 cents. Different, average cost. This is what we meant by we take the cost of your stock in average. Find the total cost. Find the total quantity. Cost divide quantity. So you get unit cost. Okay? Next, 14. You sell goods, 18 units. So 18. Which cost you need to use? Of course, this one. The average cost. 4604. Okay? So 18 multiply 46.04. So I get this much. Right? So I have stock of 25. I sold 18, 7 units left. So 7 multiply 4604, 322.28. Are you okay? When we sell, we need to use the average cost. Cannot use selling price. Cannot use of cost. The cost that you have, like your FIFO. Okay. All right, proceed. 21st. Purchase 9 units at 60 ringgit. So 9 units, 60 ringgit, 540. So now my stock. Just now we sold, right? So left 7. Left 7. Okay, where is this nice? Oh, we just write here. This transaction, we write here. Okay. So now what's left? Oops. In your stock, 7 of 46.04, 9 of 60. Okay. Then you get the total cost. 7 multiplied 4604, you get this much. 9 minus 60, you get this much. Then this plus this, right? 862.28. 862.28. So our quantity total is 16. So 862.28 divide 16, you get your unit cost. Are you okay? Every time you purchase, you compute new average cost. For moving average cost, every time you purchase, you compute a new average cost. Every time you sell, you use the average cost that you already computed. You use FIFO when we want to determine the balance, right? We need to be careful. But when you go for average cost, when you purchase, you have to be careful. FIFO direct. Everything we purchase, we send to balance. No need to do anything. But you go for moving average or average cost, when we purchase, we have to compute the new average cost. Okay. The moving average, the formula is FIFO. 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 Is it? You ask the method or what? Yeah, method. The method. First in, first out. It's a method. Moving average is another method. Or other names we call AFCO, average cost method. Same thing. Average cost method. In the exam, we will tell you which method. Okay. In the question, in the final question, this is the question, right? There? FIFO. FIFO. This one. FIFO. It will mention in the question. Okay? All right. That's for question 4. Not yet. Finish, yeah? So done with the 21st. Yes. 14 June, 14 April. April, No, not like FIFO. This is totally different. Yeah. We need to find the total quantity in our store, the total cost, then we divide accordingly, we get this unit cost. It's different, right? From FIFO. You prepare your answer in according to the question requirement. If they want FIFO, you prepare FIFO. They want moving average, this is how it should be. Okay? Which one is easier for you? Just asking. Many students cannot score for this one. Not only you, accounting degree also like that. Why? All of the way, they forgot that this, divide this, get this. But looking at the term itself, average cost. I should know how many units do I have. I should know how much total cost that I have currently. Then I just simply divide. Why we call average? Because we got two things here, right? Two different batch of stock. So I take in average. That's how it works. Okay. Chibu, okay. You are worried about the approach or the step or what? After the sales. Uh-huh. If you have sales, why we take this one? Is it? If I want to sell this one, what made you confused? It's okay, first time. You repeat and repeat. I believe you're okay with it. Okay, but please don't mix up with FIFO. Yeah, it's totally different, right? It's a huge difference between FIFO and this moving average. That's how I see it. What about you? How you see it? It's different, right? It's very different. That's why I said many students who love math, they can easily score for this topic because they say it's a maths, not accounting. I agree with that. I agree with that. And very important, this one measurement of stock in accounting. And the the one that is very, very messy. Can you imagine if the company is not properly maintain their stock level? You ask item A, they give you item B because they don't know where they put. You see, that's the purpose we have stock take. You know, stock take. We are going to count physically our stock. Let's say you produce chip, then you need to know one box how many chips. You have to open the box and count how many small box that you have. Last time when I was auditor, sometimes I feel interesting. Sometimes, mashallah, oh, it's very, very challenging. We always wear jeans. We don't wear our attire, normal attire. We wear jeans for the stock takes. It's going to be a hot day. We have to walk in the warehouses, right? Sometimes I use motorbike because we cannot walk because it's a giant, huge warehouse or store. You need to count, one by one. Cannot skip. That's why inventory is very important. Which one? 7. 25 you have in the store. You sold 18. What's left? 7. This is balance column. What do you have currently in your store after you have the transaction? If I purchase, my balance goes up. If I sold, my balance goes down. It's okay, Chibe? Yeah? All right, that's good. Okay, proceed. Sales, 10 units. 21st done, not yet, right? 21st. We purchased 960, 540, so I put here. So now in total, I have 16 in the store. This one from the past. So now after I purchase, so 7 plus 9, 16. So total cost, this multiply this, 322.28. 9 multiply 60, 540. 322.28 plus 540, I get 862.28. So 862.28 divide 16. So I get 53.89 average cost. Okay. Definitely one of the method will be tested. If you are lucky. If you are not lucky, they test you both. Okay. But I saw passive question only one method lah. Either FIFO or moving. But who am I? I'm not the account preparer. Sorry, I'm not the question preparer this time. I have no authority. Just follow. Okay, next. On 25th, we have sales. So 10 units. So 10, we take the average cost. The latest one, 5389. So 10 multiplied by 5389, 538.90. I have 16. I sold 10. What's left? 6. So 6 multiplied 53.89, 323.34. What is your closing inventory value? 323.34. This one, right? And then how much is your cost of goods sold? 828.72 plus 538.9. 1367.62 for that particular month. Oh, please, please, please. Okay, that's a very, very good question. Please leave it 2 decimal point because this is accounting. We can measure by cents, right? Don't round up. Okay, leave it 2 decimal point. Don't round up 53.9. Make it 53.89. Okay. That day midterm also already remind you about this. Don't round up. Okay, leave it 2 decimal point. Okay. That's our question 4. Question 5. This one, you have perpetual, you have periodic. For 5-4, it's not a big deal. But perpetual is much more structured. If you use periodic, okay, you see perpetual is exactly like what you did just now. And perpetual is a better system than the periodic. Periodic, we need to wait end of month. I cannot know how much is the cost of goods sold for this transaction. I cannot know. I need to wait until end of the month. So not good lah. I need to wait until end of the month, then I know how much is my closing stock. Like just now, you see, on 4th, I have this much. On 6th, I have this much. On 8th, I have this much. Very good. That is perpetual. It's a real time, we call it. Real time update. Okay. But 5-4 is not a big deal because when you compute your gross profit, you compute your cost of goods sold would be the same because first in, first out. Yeah, first in, first out. But for AFCO, it can be different. Okay. I think I can increase the speed for this 5-4 perpetual, the one that we did just now for question 3 and question 4. Okay, you apply purchase 500 unit, 525. This is purchase, so I put under purchase. You see, in the question, can be you don't have opening balance because that month is the first month this company start their business. So they don't have opening inventory. Why do you have opening inventory? Because last period, you produce good, but you don't sell it yet. You not yet sell it. So you carry forward next period, right? That's why you have the opening inventory. Closing inventory for April become opening inventory for May. Closing inventory for May become opening inventory for June. And then we continue. Right? Okay. So if I have like this, meaning I don't have opening balance. There's nothing wrong with your answer. There's nothing wrong with the question. Okay. So I just put in my purchases accordingly. Next, purchase another 300 units. This is 5-4, perpetual. So 324, 324. This is my total inventory as at 4th May. This one like Abdullah said just now. He doesn't want to repeat writing this. Yes, can. But make sure your total is correct. Okay. Next. On 6th May, sold 400 units. So we sold. First in, first out. I need to use this one first. The 500, right? So 500, we just sold 400, right? So I just write here 400. This is the cost. I take from here. Because this one sufficient, right? For us to sell for 400 units to our customer. So 500 minus 400, 100. Why minus? Because we sell. Okay, 500 minus 400, 100. So take the unit. This one not yet sell, right? Still in the store. So I just put it here. Then I plus. This is the total of my inventory as at 6th May. On 8th May, we purchased 700 units, 23 ringgit each. So I just put it here. So now in my store, I have this This one, I have this one, I have this one. So this is the total. Okay? On 13, sold 450 at 37.50 cents. 450 units. I need to use this one first, right? This one. First in, first out. Correct? So 125. I need to sell 450. Not enough. I need to get this one. 300 at 24. Still not enough. Because 450, right? 100 plus 300, 400. We need 450. So 50 from here. Are you okay? Eh? So 100 balance, sold 100, 0. 300 balance, sold 300, 0. 700, sold 50. What's left? 650. And then the cost lah. You copy the cost carefully lah. This kind of careless mistake, aduh. I know. Sometimes we can't run away. But be careful. Okay. FIFO, that's the risk. Right? That's why when students don't copy the previous transaction, I don't encourage. Which one? Hey, Abdullah, wait, where is it? In the question, Which one? Oh, this one. This is the selling price. Remember just now? I told you, selling price. When we want to compute how much is our profit. Now we want to measure our costs. Don't use the selling price. Like this. I want to produce a cake. Okay, I want to produce a cake. I bought flour, egg. Let's say the egg, 2 ringgit. The flour is 2 ringgit. So the cost, and other things lah, 1 ringgit. Or the essence lah, sugar lah, blah, blah, blah. Okay? To bake a cake. To produce or manufacture the cake. Can we call manufacture produce lah? So, because I don't like baking. I know how to eat cake. I can buy it. I don't have to bake. Very simple in our life. So, I bought, what just now? 2 ringgit of egg, 2 ringgit of flour, and then 1 ringgit of others ingredient. So how much is my cost? 5 ringgit. Now I want to charge to my cost. I should take the cost value or I should take my selling price? Are you sure? When you should know your selling price? You want, okay, what's the purpose we want to know our cost? That's the first thing. What is the purpose we need to know our cost of stock, our inventory? I want to produce a cake. Why I want to know? Why am I supposed to measure all these costs of ingredients of the cake? Because I want to determine my selling price, correct? So you see, selling price and the cost of the stock is 2 different things. So now I want to measure my cost. This is cost of goods sold. Cost of the goods that I want to sell. That is cost of goods sold. Cost of the goods that I want to sell. How to compute cost of goods sold? You put it in your SOPL. Opening inventory plus purchases, right? Let's say you have return outward, but here no story return outward, all that lah. After that, minus closing inventory, right? Then you get your COGS. So this is what you do now. Do you see any selling? No. Opening inventory, how much I buy, how much cost of my stock, which is from previous stock, previous period. Purchases, how much I purchase my stock this month. Closing inventory, how much stock I purchased that stay in my store. It's not related at all with selling price.
Yeah, but we are writing here another numbers.
Which one?
The cost of goods. For example, sold in 13 May, the
Sold on 13 May. 13 May, 100 multiplied 25. This is the cost, you see? The cost.
yeah,
The cost.
this is cost, but there is right 400 units by 37.50 each.
This is selling price. This is selling price. This is not the cost. You see, I sold you goods at 37. Get it?
Yeah.
Please. I need to highlight to you, be careful. This is the big, big bomb in your question. Many students use that cost and put it in my stock. No, no, no. You see, this is your COGS. All costs, not talking about selling price. We don't want to measure yet the profit. That's another competition for profit. Okay? I think when Abdullah asked clearly, I hope everyone bear in mind. Because it is common to see students, even I repeat many, many times, they still take this selling price inside the stock card. No, no, your stock card, all the cost of purchases, not selling. You see the word cost of goods sold. When you want to compute net profit, I need to know selling price. You remember how to compute gross profit in your SOPR?
Yeah.
Sales, right? Minus COGS. If positive, you get gross. Yes, gross profit. Okay? It's a two different thing. I need to know my cost first. Then only I can talk about my profit.
I'm not writing this.
This 37.50 cent.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, no. Inside here, no, cannot. It's wrong. Because we measure costs only. We don't touch here in this stock card. It's a stock card. Huh? Okay. Very good question, actually. Where did I stop just now, guys? I think 8, is it? Oh, sold. Oh, sold. Sold. So 700. Wrong. 100 in stock or in balance or whatever. Store. Just now I use word store. 100 in the store. I sold 100. 0. 300 in the store. I sold 300. 0. 700 in the store. I sold 50. So what's left? 650. Then multiply lah this value. So we get this much. Okay? By 4. Next, on 20th, purchase 250 units at 25.25. 250 to 5.25. So this is the previous one, and this is our transaction. So I total up, I get this much. Okay? And then on 22, we sold 275 units. So you sold 275. Okay, we have this one and this one, right? These two. So 650, sufficient, right? 275. So 650 minus 275, you have balance 375. This is the cost. So this one, we don't touch. Because we have 650 sufficient to cater this one. Okay? Yeah? So total left this much. Okay, where is it? 22, 22, this much. 6312.5. Sold 300 units. 300 units. So I have 375 in the store. I should clear this one first. So minus 300, right? So 375 minus 300, what's left? 75. Again, this one, I don't touch. I just put here. So this is the cost. And then next on 28, purchase 550. So purchase we put here, 550, 26. Then I add in the balance. So now I have this. Where's my? I have 75, 250, 550. Okay, so I total up all this. I get 22337.5. And on 30th, sorry, sold 100 units. I need to sell this one first. First in, first out. Okay. So 75 at 23. We need 100. So another 25 I should take from this one. So 25 multiplied to 5.25, I get this much. So what's left? 75 in the store, we sold 75, 0. 250 minus 25. So we got another 225. And this one, we don't touch. We just bring the down here. So this is my cost of closing inventory. How much is your COGS for the month? So I plus lah all these transactions. Okay, the total. So I get 36431. 54 perpetual. 54 predict. It would give the same answers. Okay, because we use 54. But you see, the systems to record is not up to date. I want to get my total sales, I plus all my sales. I want to get my cost of good available for sale, I plus all my purchases. So at the end of the year, how can I know my closing stock? This is I purchased, this one I sold. So what's left? 775. And then here, look, how do I determine this 225? I need to sell 1525. In my store, I have 2,300. First in, first out. So to fulfill 1525 units sold, I sell this one 500. I sell this one 300 unit. I sell this one 700. So in total, this is 1,500, right? I need 1525. So another 25 from here. So my closing stock 250 minus 25, 225 at 25.25. And then this one, I don't use. So I just show the total. So my end inventory 9981. You see, I use periodic or perpetual. This is perpetual, same amount. 9981.25 because we use FIFO. Which one? This one. Okay. This is unit sold, 1525. Okay, from I take all the purchases. This is question 5. I take all the purchases. You see, sold 400, sold 450, sold 275, sold 300. Okay, so I get the total unit. I sold 1525. This one all purchases. Purchase 500. This one. Purchase 300. This one. So I list out all the purchase. Are you okay? So 2,300 units purchase. So when I want to sell goods, first in, first out. Right? First in, first out. So this one unit sold. I need to use 500. I sold this one. And then I sold 300. To cover this 1,500, you see? I need to take from this stock, this inventory. This one and this one, only 800. I need 1,525. So this one, I add another 700. Still not enough. 1,500, right? So another 25. I should take from here. So 250 I bought, 25 I sold. So what's left? 225. This is you purchase. This is you sold. Unit sold. Unit purchase. Okay. I have 250. I need another 25 to fulfill this one, right? Unit sold. That one, the first one is sales. 1,525. And then versus purchase. Remember, we only can sell if we have the stock. So in my store, I have 500. I have 300. I have 700. I have 250. I have 550. I want to sell the goods. So I want to sell this one. I must utilize this one first. Is it sufficient? Not yet. I need to use this one to sell. So here I plus 800. Still not enough. I need 1525. So I use this one. Then I add 800 plus 700, 1500. Still not sufficient. I need to take this one. I need to take how many? 1525. You need to sell. This is your stock. This is your stock. So another 25 from here. So 250, I already used to cater this one. So minus, because you sold what? Minus. So 25. So what's left? 225. And this one you won't touch. So you get the 550 here. See? Here. Maybe from the table you can't see, by doing extract information like this, much easier to understand. Okay? That is periodic. You see? It's not systematic. It's not systematic. You don't know one by one, we need to accumulate total. Then from total, we disseminate. Okay, we are going to use this. Not systematic. No need to write the formula. No need. No mark actually for this topic. Okay, now the average cost. Ready 545, huh? Oh, this question asks you compute COGS, compute total sales, compute gross profit, compute closing inventory. So for 54, they combine perpetual and periodic. So my ending inventory, we have this much. Even the 54 perpetual also we can get from here. Your COGS is here. I need to find my total sales. So total sale we can take from here, right? From the periodic. So this is your total sales, 56975. Is it? This one. And then minus your COGS. COGS, if you use periodic, would be your this one, 36431. Or you use perpetual, this one, same, because 54. So your sales minus COGS, you get gross profit. Okay, done. Then if you have to compute gross profit, Abdullah, then only you need to know your selling price. Or else no need. The stock card we don't need. You see, it's outside the stock card. Compute gross profit is a different story by maintenance of your stock in the stock card, the column. Okay. Yeah. If they ask you to compute gross profit, then only you need to know how much is your selling, how much your sales. What is sales? Your quantity multiply selling price. Quantity of goods sold multiply selling price. Okay. You put what? Which one? Which one? Cost of merchandise. This one? This one, this is computation under periodic. If we use perpetual, yes, here in the table. If you use periodic, we compute sales value. If you use perpetual, we don't compute sales value. That's a different if you ask me on the sales part. Again, Sibe? Which figures? Total goods available. Total goods. This one. This one from the question. This is total merchandise available for sale, meaning your purchases. So I take all the purchases, the unit multiply with the cost. That's it. For my sales, I just get my sales multiply selling price. This one for periodic. Periodic, not perpetual. Don't be confused. So actually, I don't really like this question because it makes confusing between the perpetual and periodic. And when you work, I don't think so. You see this periodic because it's not up to date. See, so messy. The perpetual one will be used prominently in the industry. Okay. Okay, let me complete the AFCO. Okay. The average cost, the moving average cost. It's okay. You get the answer, you go through again. If not okay, you get me. Huh? Okay, average cost. Then much simple. Cost of goods you purchase, divide with the unit. Cost of good you purchase, divide with the unit. So I get this much. And then my closing inventory, the unit, multiply the average cost. Cost of merchandise, this one. Merchandise, so your COGS, same thing. So minus your closing inventory. Cost of good available for sale minus closing inventory. Actually, this part lah. So you get 370, 3740, 37401575. Sorry. So how much is your gross profit? Your selling price minus your COGS, this one. So we get gross profit. Okay, you try question 6. That one, I think, 5-4. Periodic. Also an average cost. You can go through. Then if you get anything, you can ask me. If you have anything to ask. Okay? All right, it's already almost 2 hours. I think your head is full already. Any question? Okay, you go through your the answers, yeah, but it's most probably maths lah. Okay, but please be careful. Careless mistake, gone. Right? Any question? Any doubt? Okay, with that, I end the session. Thank you very much. Hey, did you sign your attendance? Okay. Thank you. All right, you can leave now.